Okay, that was a huge fish that just jumped. Okay. Don't know if it was a bass or not. If it was a carp. Didn't see any catfish limited on the sign, so I don't know if there's catfish in here or not. It's a good sized fish, whatever he was. Okay, I'm in Waterloo, Illinois at the Lake Park District. And this park has 3 reservoirs. And I've never been here before, so I'm going to drive around and take a look. See if we can find some good fishing spots. There's a little bitty pond on the right here. Pretty small. First lake has a trail that goes all the way around it. Now we're coming up to another entrance. Fish limits per day: 10 crappie 10 inches or more, 5 bass less than 14 inches, 1 bass over 17 inches. Any bass that are 14 to 17 inches, you must return to the lake. No net fishing or dip netting. Some nice walking trails through here. Father and son fishing off a dock. And it looks like this road comes to an end. That hill right in front of me, that's obviously the dam of the other lake that we had pulled into, the first lake. And this road comes to an end. And I know you can't see it, but it is very shallow in this lake to the right by the bank here. I'm several feet up above, and I can see it looks like there's less than a foot of water right there. Clear. The moss at the bottom, really shallow. the third entrance of Lakeview Park. See what's up here. I think it might just be a house, but see what's up here. Saw something interesting as I was pulling in there. I couldn't stop and take a look because there were some cars coming behind me, but there was a creek. That is a house up there. But I'm going to turn around here. And the second lake, you can actually fish from that spot. You can actually park right here and fish this third lake. Turn around and continue on. But there is the second lake spot to fish from. Side of this road there is a creek. I'm going to investigate this. There's some water down in there. Be back. At the bottom of that spillway, it pulls into at least a good 4 feet of water. It's clear enough to where you can see down toward the bottom, but all I saw some little fish, maybe some little bluegill swimming around, but didn't see anything worth trying to catch. So on to the third lake. with some grills. Some pavilions, playground, dog park. That's interesting. There's a yard waste site right next to the park. Huh. Just past it here and see if there's anything what else is back here. It looks like it just circles around here. Okay. It's a pretty scenic park. There are lots of bank fishing opportunities. There was one spot for a boat ramp. On this third lake, and it's right up here. I think I might start fishing this cove right here to my left. Might be where I start at. I'll drive up here a little bit further and see. Cove right here too. Right. I'll throw some up in there too. Boats, kayaks, and canoes are to utilize life jackets. Doesn't say anything about a limit on motor. I would, if you ever are going to take a boat out here, I would take a look on the website to see if there's any limits on the motors. I'm sure there are, because this is not a very big lake. Weapon of choice today. Weapon of choice today is the crawdad lure and the fluke. Pretty shallow right here. I don't know if I use the crawdad lure right here or not. Feel some moss. Oh, there's a hit. Come on. A little bitty guy, but there's fish in here. At least getting some strikes. I mean, at least not sitting here twiddling my thumbs wondering if there's any fish in here. So little strikes are better than none. What's this here? Is this a fish or what is this? That is a fish. Oh, okay, here we go. What do we got going on here? Picking it up and dropping it. I don't know if it's big or not. So I'm playing with it. Oh, smacked on the bottom. Oh, we got it off. Huh. Yeah. Let's get up a little bit. I don't want to get snagged again. Okay, that was a huge fish that just jumped. Okay. Don't know if it was a bass or not. If it was a carp. Didn't see any catfish limited on the sign, so I don't know if there's catfish in here or not. It's a good sized fish, whatever he was. at the back side of the third lake. It's at the back side of the first lake I stopped at. Here we are at the second lake, the back side of it, and there's some weeds and it's really shallow. I don't know, we'll throw a fluke out there and see what happens here. Okay, the first lake I stopped at was lake number 3, or reservoir number 3. And this lake, the middle lake, is actually reservoir number 1. I've already been to the back side of it, pretty shallow. Looks like it's a little bit deeper water. There's about a half pound, 3/4 pound bass that's up here right by the bank. So it's deeper water right here by the bank. Just a few feet out, looks like it's about 4 feet deep. It's very clear water, so you can see pretty well. Oh, something got it. Something has it. All right, what do we got? It's taking off with it. He let go of it as soon as I set the hook. That's a good sign. Okay, this is reservoir number 2. It's the third and final lake. I'm only going to give this one about 15 minutes. Didn't really have any luck at the other two. The new reservoir, reservoir number 3, I did have several smaller hits. Reservoir number 1, Had a few small, well, actually 2 small hits. Saw a few bass in there. Nothing over, I don't know, I don't even think, there might have been one that was a pound, but most of them were like half pound, 3/4 of a pound that were in there. And only got 2 hits. So I'm not going to give this one much time. Okay, that concludes my trip to Lakeview Park in Waterloo, Illinois. It's a really beautiful park. Lots of family activities, picnicking, and you can put out a canoe. There's dog parks, walking trails. Really a beautiful park. There are 3 reservoir lakes. The first one that I went to was reservoir number 3. I had about a half a dozen or so hits. They were all pretty small. I had one that was maybe about a half-pound bass that just kind of got off there after I hooked him. He just kind of flew off because he was so small. Other than that, just a bunch of small hits I was not able to really hook into. There may be some big bass in there. I did see a couple big ones jump. I don't know if they were bass or not. There were a couple fish that jumped. They may have been feeding on some of the bait fish that were at the top. Some of them were dying. They may have been after those, but I don't know if they were bass or not. Didn't really see and just heard the splash. The middle lake, the second lake I went to, is reservoir number 1, and really all the lakes are pretty clear. Reservoir number 1 was the clearest lake. It was pretty shallow on the ends. Some places were pretty deep, but the ends were really shallow. So some places in the middle you could see were fairly deep. But I had 1 or 2 hits there. The fish that I ended up seeing, there's some bluegill and some bass moving that were half pound to 3/4 of a pound. One may have been a pound, but if it was, that was the largest bass that I had seen. In any of the lakes, I really didn't see any large movement except for reservoir number 3. I did not see. I saw very little movement, very little signs of larger fish. Now, I only fished at the first 2, reservoir number 3 and reservoir number 1, for, I don't know, a half hour to an hour each. Reservoir number 2, the last one I fished, I only spent about 15 minutes at, but I didn't see really hardly anything moving. Just saw a few minnows moving, nothing of any size. Didn't get any hits, so I'm calling it a day here at Lakeview Park. Now, just because I didn't have any luck or very little luck doesn't mean that you can't. So I would recommend at least trying Lakeview Park. I don't know if there's any good sized bass in it or not. There may be. I may have just went on the wrong day. But I would recommend trying it out. It's worth definitely trying out. Now, there are crappie and catfish. The sign said there was crappie in here. I don't know if there's catfish. Somebody I talked to here at the park said there was catfish in here, so there probably are. But you may want to try fishing for those. As far as the bass are concerned, I probably won't bass fish here again, but I may end up trying to crappie fish here once, so stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, subscribe, and share. I love to go on fishing adventures. Bass, catfish, crappie, bluegill, walleye, muskie, stripers. Bring it on. I love to fish.